Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Mav, and this is Fun Speculation on YouTube. I have a show tonight. It's called Fun Pop, and we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. It's actually just almost 2 hours from now. But I had to get some stuff taken care of first because this is just too funny not to talk about. After the news that has not news, after the talk has gone on from some prominent people in the gaming community making some really outlandish and controversial statements regarding Xbox and Microsoft, and then in comparison to PlayStation and all that kind of stuff. So hey, this is what this is about right now. We got some news. Hey, guess what? PlayStation has made an acquisition. We already knew that they had acquired Fire Sprite Games, which is hey cool. I thought that was pretty awesome. They're growing, they're investing in gaming, all good news, right? Um, then there comes these topics with all these rumors of acquisitions from Xbox and stuff. People saying Xbox is going to acquire Take Two. Xbox is going to acquire all this, and we like talking about some of those rumors as well, right? Especially when things seem like they're happening, getting exciting. In fact, yesterday we just talked about the possibility or a what if of Crystal Dynamics. Just like, hey, things are going on. It seems very interesting. And then immediately, was it 2 or 3 days after this clip of Colin Moriarty from Sacred Symbols actually went viral. Kind of not viral within the community. I wouldn't say viral, but like within the community, a lot of talking points with some comments that he made, and that got everybody like, "Whoa, hey, what's going on here?" Right? What's up, Obi-Wan? Thanks for hanging out. And these comments kind of sparked a lot of debate and talk, right? And it kind of like, hey, man, like a lot of people disagree, you know. Things like, hey, Xbox doesn't cultivate, Xbox only acquires, nobody wants Xbox to acquire studios, all this stuff. PlayStation does it the other way. They build and they cultivate their studios and all this stuff. And then it's just absolutely hilarious. Like just a couple days after that, an announcement of an acquisition from PlayStation, which is not uncommon. I'm actually think it's great. It's great for this team. It's great for Fire Sprite, who's grown now. It's great for PlayStation. It's good for gamers. All this stuff, all this stuff is good. This is not a bad thing, right? And it's not a bad thing when Xbox does it either. So check this out. Fire Sprite, the large Liverpool-based team bought by PlayStation earlier this month, has expanded further with the acquisition of Fabric Games. It's incredibly organic, this growth, this cultivation, right? It's cultivating. What's going on here? Fire Sprite was formed from the remnants of Sony Liverpool, which PlayStation shut down. Oh, wait, was that something that PlayStation shut down a studio? Does that happen? I'm sorry, I forgot that we didn't live in a world where PlayStation shut down studios. So this is from Eurogamer.net. Okay, shout out to Eurogamer. Fire Sprite was formed from the remnants of Sony Liverpool, which PlayStation shut down back in 2012. That has quietly grown to become one of the largest development teams in the UK, and it's found itself back as a first-party studio. Oh, it means, hey, Sony's back and investing again, and hey, let's go. They got acquired, but now the addition of Fabric's team, who they also just acquired and joined forces to Fire Sprite, makes a lot of sense. The former was spun out of Fire Sprite by its boss to develop indie games, though ended up working with Fire Sprite on its recent project, The Persistence. They'll be bringing Fabric Games and Fire Sprite together as part of their next step with PlayStation Studios. So, hey, this is what I call cultivating organic growth. Yeah, let's go. That's how we do it, right? It's just too funny with what's been going on the internet not to bring this up. It's just a complete slap in the face of anybody that was arguing those points. In fact, I have more. I have more. Did you know that Sucker Punch was acquired by Sony? What? Yeah, that happened. Yeah, not now. Happened a long time ago. Naughty Dog was acquired by Sony. Bend was acquired by Sony and renamed to Bend. That happened back in 2005. Insomniac was acquired. This is insane. Did you guys know that Media Molecule was acquired? Yeah. That was a thing too. In fact, also Nix's and now a Fire Sprite all this year. Hey, it's this cultivation is amazing. Just got to start from the ground up. You got to build the studio yourself. Just got to build the studio yourself. That's the only way to do it right. That's the only way to make games. You got to just hire everybody from scratch. Just make it from scratch yourself. That's the only way to do it. That's the way to do it right. That's the way to do it the Sony way. Come on. The evidence of the history of the platform is not there, and that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You find teams that have a skill set, that have a talent. They've put games on your platform, much like the way that ZeniMax Bethesda had also had games releasing on Xbox before, as even as exclusives because they had a good partnership and worked together. Guess what? When you have something that works and you work together for a while, sometimes you acquire that studio and bring them in. Okay, so this is good news. Fire Sprite Games, Fabric. Hey, that's awesome. Super happy for you, for these teams. I'm sure they wanted this, otherwise it wouldn't have happened. And it's amazing that this was cultivated and this organic thing just absolutely happened. Right? It's so organically amazing. So that was the thing that happened. So that was great. I love to see it. Love to see the investment, and I love to see that Sony has continued their ways of acquiring studios and building their PlayStation Studios a lineup. That's a great way to do it for all those involved because what you're getting. You know what you're getting, right? Xbox is also doing this, and they've been doing it. But for some reason, people think that it's not okay when Xbox does it because they have a lot of money. So we're gonna see what happens in the future with Xbox and a lot of these rumors and all that kind of stuff. I can say this that I think it's awesome right now that this is happening, and I'm looking forward because I will say all these studios that I named that were acquired, they were invested in, and they're still there, and they're doing a great job with Sony. So that's awesome. Every publisher, every studio has had ups and downs, including guess what? Uh, was it Sony Liverpool that was shuttered? And these studios are now coming back from the ashes of that. So that's awesome. In fact, actually, Media Molecule has people from I think Lionhead, even that like there's you see these people go from studio to studio. They get something happens. You go and you start a new studio, and then you work together. You get a game published. It does well. You continue that partnership. Then there becomes a mutual interest of an acquisition, and that happens. That's an awesome thing. That happens with major publishers. Also, breaking news. Well, breaking. I don't know. And is it news? I don't know. The Take Two CEO something Strauss. I can't remember. Can't remember his name was on the grill today with Phil Spencer where they had that little interview thing with the host. I watched it and he let slip that hey, I think Game Pass is what 30 million, Phil, and Phil's quick to say, "Oh, I think the last public thing we had is 18 mil." out there with a big smile and laugh on his face. So, so is 30 million subs an actual thing? It's very possible because you would imagine that if negotiations back and forth, that comes into play about how many users you subs you have, right? Between major publishers, right? So if that's the actual number, if it's actually 30 million, that is like exceptional growth. And you could imagine it's only going to get crazier when Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5 drop this holiday. So it shows that this model for Xbox is working. This business model that was some found controversial or whatever, some found, hey, this can't work. Hey, when you get that big of a smile on your face when somebody mentions the word 30 million, that's pretty telling, right? So it's pretty interesting to me if they already got 30 million subs because that's like within a year that would have gone from 18 million to 30 without a huge AAA first party game yet. We're getting those in two less than 2 months. Those are going to start dropping. 18 to 30 million. That growth is insane. Once Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5 come out, once all these other features keep coming out, like they just announced yesterday with the console streaming, and that people are actually saying, "Hey, this is working well with the alpha insiders that are getting to test that right now." You got console streaming, you got mobile streaming, you got games coming out on PC, you got available to play on mobile now because of the streaming. You got Xbox One devices able to play Series X devices because of streaming. Plus, you got the Series X, you got the Series S out there. This whole ecosystem that has access to subscribe to a platform like Game Pass, where the future this technology is only going to get better. There's a reason why Xbox is rumored to be acquiring so much right now because they are invested in gaming in a major way, even according to Satya Nadella, who says it's at the central core of Microsoft. There's going to be more acquisitions from Xbox. And if I hear crying from people about, oh no, Xbox acquired a studio, that's not how you do it. I'm going to point back to this video, to those comments made by other people in the community, and also to this acquisition of Firesprite Games and also now Fabric, and say, hey, but you guys do it too. So why is it okay? Right? I'm a PlayStation guy as well. I prefer to play on Xbox because I'm more of a social gamer. I enjoy playing PlayStation games as well. Ghost of Tsushima was my game of the year last year. Sucker Punch was acquired by Sony. Guerrilla Games. You can keep going down the list. So, is it okay to acquire studios? I think so. I think even Sony's saying so, right? That's what they've been doing. That's what they're doing now today. Cultivate my ass. They're doing a great job maintaining studios and putting out good games. There's no knocking that. PlayStation's been one of the best at that. But to say that they start up all of these things is ridiculous. I am super excited to see this investment in gaming growing. And based on that interview that we saw with Phil Spencer today, the it's not just Xbox, not just PlayStation. It's Take Two and other major publishers are excited about the growth of the industry. And that's why this consolidation period exists because everybody is high in investment right now, looking for ways to put out more content to meet the demand. Supply and demand. The demand is there. They're trying to meet the demand. They can't meet it with the hardware right now because of limitations. They're still putting out massive amounts of software, and they got to keep putting good software on these platforms, especially when you have a subscription service. If you have a subscription service that is dry, you are not going to get the attention that you want. You're not going to get the numbers that you want. That's why these acquisitions are happening. That's why you see Xbox grow from like 5 or 6 studios to like 23 now that has over 30 teams. That's why you see them rumored with all of these people, all of these studios. And you got to ask yourself if these studios want to be acquired, it's why it's happening. It's not just happening forcefully, it's happening based on negotiations and decision making from all parties involved, including what happened with Sony and Firesprite Games and Fabric. This is all a result of investment. Now, you ask yourself this when it comes to the big dogs, the people that Sony can't afford, when it comes to the big ones, the publishers, the ones that Sony can't get, then you're in a different ball game. You're talking about Xbox, you're talking about Google, and you're talking about Amazon, and maybe a few others. Take Two, EA. Now, with the ecosystem that Xbox has built, with the subscription service that they have, ask yourself this: which one of those would you rather purchase? Said publisher, said major developer, all of this, because the reality is it's going to happen. I see the sarcastic comments already coming in here now. Hey, Nola, don't worry. Jasper is being sarcastic. Sony, in order to meet that demand and compete, is doing admirably by doing these third party deals, right? And they are getting games created that may have not been created otherwise without these third party deals. There's nothing necessarily wrong with third party deals when it comes to investing in a game to get one made, right? For example, the KOTOR remake. I don't know if that game would exist or not without Sony getting involved, right? With the KOTOR remake, I don't understand why Xbox let that go, why they allowed this to happen, and Sony to get at least a timed exclusivity deal with that project. But in a world where they were involved with getting it off the ground, that makes a lot of sense. And I am happy for that to happen if that's how the game is created. And a lot of these third party deals, a lot of these published deals with third party companies is how Sony is going to offset and build up that larger portfolio of exclusive games on their platform, being that they're not going to be able to match the amount of investment with acquisitions and first party studios that Xbox has. But man, Sony is smart. Getting a team like Insomniac for the price that they did, and then the results and the rewards they're going to reap because of games like Spider-Man and Wolverine and those kind of things on their first party platform is absolutely incredible. Great moves. Am I upset about that? No, not at all. Sony acquired Insomniac for that purpose, and they're doing a great job. So next time we have a rumor about Xbox acquiring somebody, and I see these guys saying, Oh, nobody wants Microsoft to buy anybody. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to do a studio. They don't know how to cultivate. They don't know what they're doing with studios. They suck. They like all their companies just like get destroyed. No, man, it ain't about that. A doorbell just rang. It ain't about that. You know, it's about every publisher out there has had a history, some better than others, and some have had their times of weakness and what I call the dark days of Xbox. And you can't sit there and compare at all the Xbox of today with the Xbox of 2011, 12, right? It's it doesn't seem like that long ago, but when you compare the companies from today with Microsoft and where they stand and where they did then, it's two completely different scenarios. And then you look at cultivating 343. Look at Halo Infinite. Look at how Halo Infinite looks and compare it to what Activision's putting out there with Call of Duty right now. And say that 343 isn't at least doing an admirable job right now with that game. We'll see what the campaign looks like. But my God, Halo Infinite plays incredible. Absolutely amazing. That's an Xbox Studio. Let's look at another one. Coalition, formerly Black Tusk, started with Xbox. Changed the name to Coalition after they got the Gears IP. Coalition's maybe known as like, hey, one of the leaders of Unreal with using Unreal Engine 5, going all their future projects. They they have excellent engineers, and you're gonna see even more of what that studio is capable of. And in fact, when it was time to showcase Unreal technology, they went to Coalition to showcase a demo for the Unreal Engine 5. The initiative just getting started a couple years ago, started from the ground up. It looks like they went with the direction of getting help from Crystal Dynamics, who they already have connections with, to get Perfect Dark off the ground. They're a small team of 70 studios or so. And it looks like they are going to put out this game quicker than anybody had. Well, not anybody. I mean, we've been rumored for a while that this game was going to be coming from them. We knew they're working on something, but it seems like they're moving into full on development here. And with that help, they're going to be pumping it out. And we're going to see what that studio does in the future and how Perfect Dark is. But they got a lot of talent there. Then you want to talk about cultivating. What did the Xbox do with the rest of their investments? With the rest of the studios that they've been acquiring? They Double Fine. It gave them more time to do Psychonauts 2. They wanted it to be the project they wanted it to be. And Exile comes in. They invest in them. They actually move them into new offices. Ninja Theory gets a new mocap studio. They are investing in their acquisitions. They're not just acquiring people and say, "Hey, here you go." Like they are investing in all of this stuff. They are cultivating. You want to say cultivating? Cultivating. So they are doing that. They're investing in all of these acquisitions, and right now it's a good thing, right? And it's a good thing for PlayStation. They acquired Fabric, Fire Sprite. That whole thing is great, and it's just hilarious in the face of 2 days after those comments were made. Um, Humorous, but that's it for now, guys. Guess what? Fun Pop is tonight. We're going to talk about Venom. We're going to talk about licensed video games like Marvel, DC, Star Wars. There's an influx of them coming over the next couple years. There is a lot, and it's like a new age of licensed gaming. and I'm just really interested in to discuss that. Plus, like I said, we're gonna talk about Venom: Let There Be Carnage and the early impressions from the reviews that we see out there. So back in an hour and 20 minutes here on this channel is Fun Pop episode 25. I hope if you're available, hey, come and say hi. And this is was fun seeing this, having this organic discussion, and it was a lot of fun, guys. So hey, I will see you later. Thanks for tuning into this shorter stream. Have a good one. Bye.